Welcome back. We're almost at the end of the course. Let's go ahead and get started with Lesson 9, Externalities. First and foremost, we need to understand some key terms. An externality is an effect of business activity on people not directly involved. Read that again. An effect of business activity on people not directly involved. That means that it's the business affecting the people around it, not the other way around. So an externality isn't something external of the business impacting the business. It's how the business impacts the community, the environment, and everything around it. So we have negative externalities, a harmful effect on third parties, and then positive externalities, a beneficial effect on third parties. So when something's bad, it's negative. When something's good, it's positive. That's pretty straightforward. Here are some examples of negative and positive externalities. So for negative externalities, we have pollution, traffic congestion, noise, waste disposal, water contamination. These are all things that can happen when a business sets up shop in a new area. For example, going back to AI data centers, pollution, noise, water contamination. These are all negative externalities of these AI data centers. Now, positive externalities are job creation, public transport, training employees, cleaner technology, community projects. These are all things that are good about a new business coming into your community. But I just really want to reiterate, externalities impact third parties. They do not impact the business. Only third parties, the people around the business. So here we're going to have a little activity. A community is getting a new hospital. Sort these externalities into two categories, positive and negative. Here are the externalities. Go ahead and take a minute to do this. All right, let's take a look at the answers. So the positive ones are access to medical services, employment opportunities, and increased property values. And the negative externalities are noise from ambulances, for example. Oh my goodness, just imagine it's 3 a.m. and they're rushing some guy into the ER on an ambulance and going, woo, woo, woo. You know, your baby's trying to sleep, it's going, wah, wah. So yeah, that's pretty negative. Increased traffic in the neighborhood of employees getting to the hospital, patients getting there, people visiting patients there, and increased property values. Now, you might be a little bit confused here. But sir, I thought increased property values was a positive. Well, it is, but it can also be a negative. Just imagine that you're wanting to buy a house in that area, and now the house just got more expensive. So for existing homeowners, increasing property values are good, because now your house can sell for more money. But it's also a negative to home buyers because now they have to pay more for the same house. So you see, these externalities, it can be based on who's buying or who's selling. It can be based on certain factors. They're not always absolute. Now, a quick tip for you here. Cambridge loves asking about stakeholder consequences. Just keep the structure in mind when you're taking the exam. We have externality. That leads to who's affected, and then that leads to business impact. This is how you should structure answers about externalities. Here's an example. Pollution from a factory may harm local residents by causing health problems. This could damage the company's reputation and lead to fines from the government. So we have the externality, pollution from the factory, who is affected, the local residents, and what's the impact? Potential reputational damage. This is how you should structure questions about externalities, in most cases. On to government intervention. When governments notice a community has been impacted negatively or is not being impacted positively, they can intervene in order to improve the situation. Here are some examples of what they can do. So they could introduce a new tax. This is usually done to reduce pollution. They could enact laws and regulations. This should limit harmful activities like smoking, drinking, pornography, etc. Fines. This is meant to punish harmful behavior. For example, drinking and driving. And then we have subsidies. Encourages positive externalities in sectors the government wants to stimulate. Let's dive even deeper into these. So take this situation, for example. A government may give a subsidy to solar panel manufacturers to grow the solar/green energy sector, which will, in theory, reduce pollution. Then we have situation 2. A government may fine companies that dump toxic waste into nature. obviously to prevent them from dumping toxic waste into nature. So they're punishing them for that harmful behavior.
Red alert! Red alert! Fast paper question incoming. This is not a drill. Okay, I repeat, this is not a drill. Run! Hide!
Here it is. It says, identify 3 external benefits and explain how business activity can create each benefit. Go ahead and pause it here, and then we'll take a look at it together. Welcome back. I hope you're ready for the answers. So, benefit 1 is job creation. When a business expands its operations or sets up a new factory, it must recruit local workers to fill new roles. This directly provides income and improves living standards for community members who are not directly affiliated with the firm's ownership. Here we have a cause and effect. We have a chain of analysis here. Benefit 2, development of local infrastructure. A business may construct or fund new access roads, install advanced utility grids, or establish transport links to facilitate its logistics. These structural improvements can be utilized for free by nearby residents and other local commercial operators. So if you're going to have a factory somewhere, then you need a way for employees and suppliers to get to the factory, so now you're making new roads. You should take a look at Cadbury. Cadbury is an excellent example of this. They basically built an entire town. I'll put something on the screen here for you so that you can see. Maybe I'll even flash some pictures. Man, they totally built all the infrastructure in that town, and it's beautiful. Even today, it's very nice. Now, benefit 3, development of human capital. Firms regularly invest in training programs to improve their employees' operational skills and qualifications. When these workers eventually move on to different jobs or start their own ventures, the wider economy benefits from a more highly skilled, productive, and versatile workforce. Basically, people are going to be more skilled. You're going to have more skilled people in your country, which is pretty much always a good thing. Now, one negative externality of that could be that these highly qualified individuals could leave developing countries to go to more comfortable, rich, developed societies. This is called brain drain. It can be rough for some countries like China, Brazil, India, etc. So, just worth knowing. All right, I know you guys probably want me to side bow right now. What? What was that? You don't want me to side bow? Aw, you're too nice. I have such kind students. Anyway, I will see you next time. Our next lesson is operations management. It's the last lesson in the course. You're almost there. Hang in there, and I'll see you there.